In car dealer news this week, a man was arrested in Massachusetts for running an alleged fraud at his used car dealer. Now, many of you listeners and viewers will say, well, that's every car dealer. The whole system is a fraud.
Especially this guy, am I right?
Dock fees should be criminal.
Where are you?
Okay, this article from turnto10.com, WJAR, Bristol County prosecutor said Friday that the owner of a Swansea used car dealership was arraigned on dozens of fraud charges. The DA's office said 46-year-old Edward Sisiu of Attleboro appeared in court. He was arraigned on 43 counts of larceny under $1,200 by false pretenses, 2 counts of larceny by check over $1,200, 37 counts of forging or misusing a registry of motor vehicles document, 38 counts of failing to deliver title upon a motor vehicle transfer, and 5 counts of larceny of a motor vehicle. Larceny, for those of you who don't know, is theft. Easy Google there, but, fancy words here in this article.
I had actually kind of forgotten because there's a bourbon that's called larceny, and that's the first thing that comes into my brain when I think of it. And I was like, well, this doesn't sound right.
I mean, sometimes we think of it as, I don't know, it's just roped into all these other crimes, like cannonballing. No, it's theft. So, essentially was charged with theft of a motor vehicle via these dubious transactions. And I do want to note, Steve Lado, one of my favorite channels, did cover this today. And I in no means am trying to ride on his coattails. He's an attorney. We're in the car world more. He is a car guy, but after listening to his take on it, I think there was a lot of things that were not covered that I think are very helpful in bringing clarity to this and just a different perspective. So again, not trying to just capitalize on his video, but I think there's some important things that he missed that we can add to this. So prosecutor said Sisiu would take out loans to buy cars at auction to sell at his dealership, Bristol County Auto Exchange. He'd sell the cars, but he wouldn't pay off the loans. He's also accused of providing fake temporary license plates to the purchaser of the cars and failing to follow through with registrations and titles. So there's a few important things here. One, taking out loans to buy cars at auction, right? So most auctions have their own floor plan that you can set up and get it approved for as a dealer. And this is sometimes why when you go on Manheim or you look at auction results, the transactions will be oddly high relative to the regular market. And it's because these dealers need inventory. This is their only way to buy it because they don't have the cash to buy it from private parties or via other means. So they go in there, they're bidding up against everybody else who has to stock their lot. And so they pay, in my opinion, too much for their cars because they have this financing, right? So it's not like the money is coming out of their pocket. They just put it on the tab at the auction, pay ridiculous interest rates. How some of these dealers make money doing this, I have no idea, but this is how it works.
Well, and it's interesting that is a separate market almost with different supply and demand constraints that just drive up that particular price. Now, I do have questions about how they stay in business, but
they got to turn them. A lot of times it's just very small margins, and they make it up with selling warranties, selling finance contracts, et cetera, or they get a trade-in off that vehicle. Again, you can't be a car dealer if you don't have anything on your shelves to sell. So when dealers are short on supply, they get desperate. They bid stuff up at auction. So put it on the auction floor plan. The floor plan is a very constraining and expensive version of financing inventory. It's typically around, I'd say, double bank rate. I'd say its effective rate is probably 10 to 12% right now, maybe more. And they have curtailment periods, so you got to pay down 30, 60, 90 days, and it might be 120 days. You have to pay the car off in full. So if you don't sell it, you've got to come up with the cash. And if you're running a cash-strapped dealer already, that can really put a hurting on you, especially if you have to lose money on the car to sell it. So anyway, he'd sell the cars, fail to pay off the loans. He would also provide fake temporary license plates to the purchasers of the cars. This is important. He's in Massachusetts. Temporary plates are illegal in Massachusetts. Massachusetts does not issue them. Massachusetts dealers do not issue them. They're not allowed to. When I sell cars to people in Massachusetts, we put them on because Ohio issues them. But a lot of times the customers will say, don't put one on. I can't have them. Cops don't recognize them. I will get pulled over and fined or whatever because they're not legal in Massachusetts.
So what do you do?
Nothing.
Oh, do you just drive the car and like have your bill of sale if you need to get it to it?
Yes, but here's the other thing. And I've pushed back against this a couple times, right? So somebody in Massachusetts can correct me, but this comes directly from an insurance agent / title service company in Massachusetts. They cannot issue insurance, and I believe this is state law as well. They cannot issue insurance on a car in Massachusetts until it is titled and registered in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So as a dealer, we provide people temporary tags because there's a delay in getting them their title. That's normal. We're not a fraud because of that. People who are frauds, also there's a delay. It's just a lot longer delay. Yeah. Anyway, but the people in Massachusetts are like, oh, I can't drive my car. I need the title right away because I need that so I can get plates so that I can get insurance. So like the plates and insurance go together. You can't just call your insurance agent when you're at the dealer and say, I'm walking away with a car. Yeah, it's fairly complex in Massachusetts. So that all factors in. Based on the reviews that I found for this dealership, he was issuing New Jersey temporary tags. Should have been a red flag for people.
Was anybody like, this isn't right? I will admit, trying to figure out how to do this in Ohio sometimes has been a little strange, and it's one of the more straightforward states. You'd think you'd know, like, hey, I just can't have these.
Yeah, well, 47 victims lost a total of $325,000 in change. Sisiu is now out on bail, or he was held on a $100,000 cash bail. He was already on probation during this alleged fraud, so apparently not his first rodeo. And it's interesting, and I should have looked into this, that he had a dealer's license when he was on probation. Ohio has pretty strict laws about who can get a dealer's license or a salesperson's license, and you have to do a criminal background check. And if you have previous convictions for stuff, felony convictions, you cannot hold a dealer license or a salesperson's license. Although, side note, Ohio just did away with dealer salesperson's licenses. You no longer have to be licensed to be a car salesman. So I guess you could be a felon and go sell cars.
You just can't own a dealership?
Can't own a dealership, gotcha. Right. A couple of reviews from Bristol County Auto Exchange. They have the 2.6 stars on Google, which is actually not too far off of Atlanta Fine Cars, which is not allegedly, or they are not running a fraud. They're just selling allegedly bad cars. They're at 3.3. Yeah. Let's see. Where's this one? Despicable business practice. Me and my 17-year-old son went there and purchased a vehicle. It was my son's first car and his life savings, $5,500. Picked it up on a Thursday, brought it to our mechanic to have it inspected on Friday. Got the order of operations wrong there.
Do that first.
It wouldn't pass due to severe rot on both rockers, rot on unibody above right rear subframe mount, hole in muffler inlet pipe, body item dangerously damaged, holes or leaking joints in the exhaust system. So they brought the car back on Friday morning, wanted their money back, so the dealer wrote them a check, and it bounced for non-sufficient funds.
Yikes.
These enterprising people went right to the bank the next day, and there was enough money at that point, so the bank cashed it for them, so they got their money back. But then the dealer put it back up online for sale, so this guy has no scruples. No scruples. He's a professional swindler is another review here. owner is a liar and a crook. He said he had the transmission fixed in the truck he sold my husband, and it never happened. This guy sounds like Harry Wormwood, if any of you are Roald Dahl fans.
Who?
Matilda?
Who is that?
Matilda? If you've seen the movie, it's okay. It's nowhere near as good as the book.
I feel like maybe I have. Goodness. This is going to be everybody dunk on Tyler for being uncultured, I think.
Another review. Purchased a Saab. Well, sounds like this would be a sob story.
Good. Okay. All right. My face looks like this dude's lawyer from this article here. Just has like the most dead look on his face, like slightly cocked, like he couldn't be bothered. Hates his life.
Oh, man. Another one, life savings. I bought a car in June and gave Eddie my life savings for it. I was told that he would have my plates in a week, and for now, he put temporary plates from New Jersey on my car. After numerous calls about my plates and titles, just one lie after another, they'll be there soon, whatever. Temporary plates expired 4 times, and when I drove there, he was closed and nowhere to be found. Won't return calls or texts. So I'm out all that money, and the car is sitting in my yard because I can't drive it without the title.
So I always wonder when we talk about things like this, does this guy just screw everybody over, or is it like he picks and chooses and does some deals on the up and up? Because like, how do you stay? Obviously, you don't stay in business very well. But like, how long did you think this is going to go on if you're just screwing over everybody?
A lot of professional criminals or unscrupulous people do have their people that they take care of, and they will never screw over. I think it was Clay Tom that I heard this about, which was CNC Exotics, massive exotic car dealer fraud, is he had a few people that he knew, just like he'll never screw them over. And I've heard this about other people as well. Maybe it was Bobby Kahn, but anyway, they'd have their really great clients, their big money guys, that they're like, nope, I will always make sure they get their titles, their cars are good, and everybody else will screw over. So yeah, there are some people that play favorites. And apparently George B. got a good vehicle. One of the best experience I ever had buying a used vehicle, and a rare one at that.
Oh, was it a Corvette?
No, it was a GMC Acadia Denali. Probably George B. probably also has a Corvette.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Speaking of Corvettes.
Yes, you could buy popular demand. Hank is back in the studio today. You know, he's been gone for a minute. Thankfully, this is still before his bedtime as we're recording. Definitely didn't drive his Corvette today, though. Weather sucks. It's like 40 degrees and rainy here in Ohio. So we have a hilarious interaction that somebody sent into the show of trying to, inquire about a Corvette. There's lots of typos. We're going to do our best. Hank didn't bring his reading glasses, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, we're gonna reenact this for you. So it starts out saying, "Hi, where is this car located?"
Every and all service record from a certified dealer. Okay, your strokes, LOL. Okay, lots of them. It a wow.
Dude, I have no idea what you're saying, LOL.
I've had so many hits, this car, lots of blah, 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 TK, it's what I'm saying. Very tired of PP pills. Pullers.
Okay, well, good luck to you, man. I can't commit with you, so good luck.
Struck away. LOL. I guess you don't have $68,900. Sorry to hear that. You're the one that asked me where the car was. It's in China. Stop wasting people's times. Find something else to do with you.
Bro, are you high or drunk?
LOL. No, not at all. You're the one that reached out to me. Read your messages. That's why I'm responding the way I am. Do you know how many strokes I've talked to in the last 2 weeks? I'm burned out. Stop wasting people's time. Why did you care about where the car was located?
I think when you're buying a car, it matters where it's located. You have to factor in going to see it and then getting it shipped or driving it back. Also, WTF does strokes mean? Learn to talk, dude. Good luck with your sale, dude. Proofread what you write or go back to school.
I think you really should look at the correspondence that we had. Obviously, you don't know what you're doing. I gave you all the facts. All you did is say, I don't know what you're saying. I think you knew how to read and comprehend. Good luck in your search. This is too much car for you, obviously. Goodbye.
Clean Carfax, title in hand, showpiece condition.
Here is what it's called, the time waster. Sorry, read the correspondence. I know exactly what I'm doing.
WTF is peace condition.
LOL, play on a spell check from voice text. That'll get you far.
This car's meant full documentation since birth. That sentence makes no sense. All your other ones are just talking about strokes and pee-pee pills. My thing works fine, dude. I don't need pills to get it up.
LOL, you're funny. I'm just having fun with you, LOL.
Good luck, dude. I'm trying to help you out. Just proofread and don't call people strokes if you want to sell this car. No one was going to buy it with that kind of messaging, LOL. Voice to text shouldn't misspell having to having with an E. My phone wouldn't even let me type that. Learn to spell. Learn to communicate. Good luck. Good night.
Good you never responded. I was wasting my time giving your facts. That's why I called you a stroke like a lot of other people are wishing. Poor Andrew. Just a heads up, I took the time to respond to you and I was busy out on the golf on my yacht. The wind affects voice texting. Sorry, have a nice evening. I will see you're not a car guy if you don't know what a nice piece is.
Bro, you are unhinged.
LOL, yes, with you, LOL, LOL. Check in the morning, we can all banter some more. Do you want to come buy the car? What town are you in?
The poetic asking for the location as the last message is so good. Oh, I love it.
It all comes full circle.
This episode is brought to you by Sheffield All Sport Watches. The Sheffield brand was recently revived by Jay Turkbus, an owner of an original Sheffield All Sport diver he received from his parents in 1970 when he was just 11, beginning his love of watches. As an adult, Jay used his extensive expertise in product development and marketing to revive the brand that started it all. He set out to develop watches with a high level of quality and specification at a value price. His first effort, and a successful one in July of 2023, was the debut of the Sheffield All Sport Diver 1. It had the kind of build and movement that much more expensive watches use, and his debut price of $108 was equivalent to the $13 his parents paid back in 1970. Since that debut, Sheffield has expanded to a wider range of automatics and chronos, many designed around vintage Sheffield dials of the 60s. The Sheffield well of clever and unique design remains his inspiration, as well as maintaining the goal of high quality, very affordable range of automatic and quartz watches. Sheffield Watches, value on merit, not just price. I love mine. Get yours at SheffieldWatches.com and mention that you heard about them on SwitchCast.
Where am I supposed to look? Over there, okay. Thank you, I think, for joining us for SwitchCast with Doug Tabbutt and Tyler Sanders. Sorry, it's small print here on the cheat screen. Produced by Ethan Huffnagel. SwitchCast is an automotive entertainment and opinion show, and nothing we say should be taken very seriously. We do not give tax, investment, legal, emotional, or professional advice, and the only licenses we hold are driver's licenses. Well, speak for yourself. The opinions expressed on the show are exclusively held by the people pontificating and do not reflect the values of our producers or sponsors. God dang lawyers gotta friggin' get their stuff in, don't they? Our theme music is provided by Emily and Ivory. You can stream their full album, I don't know what that means, on Spotify or SoundCloud. If you like this show, you can stream it, there's that word again, in its entirety on your favorite audio podcast platform. Check out switchcast.live for more info. Is that website case sensitive?